Welcome back to Crazy Ball TV. Guys, I appreciate you joining me for LFC Vybez. Please share, subscribe, like, keep the subs up, keep the likes up. We appreciate all the new subscribers. We really appreciate it. Just going to focus on Liverpool business, nothing too major. We didn't show up on Sunday because FA Cup, we're not doing that. And the way we played on Sunday. But today we're just going to talk about LFC. I'm not going to bore you too much, so let's go for it, right? Right now, finally, the window has closed. The transfer window, that is. The transfer window is literally, it's going to a party or going to any function that you have no business to be. That's how it feels for a lot of Liverpool fans. Transfers are going in and out, left and right. Deals that we are told that we can make, but yet we see other teams completing such transfers, and we are sitting there like, are we not part of this whole process? And it's very infuriating sometimes, very annoying. Sometimes I understand why some fans just go over the board, say, just gets frustrated. Liverpool did not make any transfer, with the exception of Gakpo, at the beginning of the month. It puts a lot of questions than answers. We have an issue with midfield. We just found out this morning Konate is injured for 2 to 3 weeks. Yet, we did not do any business to make sure what happened to us 2 years ago does not happen again. Our fan base will look across the other side of our rivals, which is Manchester United, where Eriksen got injured when they played Reading for the FA Cup, and they realized that he's going to be gone for a long period of time. And what do? They go in for a loan, from Bayern. And Liverpool fans are sitting there like, okay, what's going on here? So you telling us that there's no other player or players that we could embed them in just for 6 months or 4 or 5 months or whatever the season is left. We've been told how great Klopp is, and I think he is great. We have told rival fans that Klopp can make any player a superstar, which when you look at his history, he has made a lot of players into world beaters. So if that's the case, why can't we get a stopgap where will work for Klopp for a few months? We're not looking for a superstar. And then, in the summer, we could revisit the situation and then go from there. So those are the questions. Yes, we do understand we have players that needs to go so we could fill certain gaps. So now, Nat Phillips, this is the third time that this guy have been told that he's leaving and then he has to stay because of an injury. Now we bring in Rhys Williams. These are two players that Klopp does not trust. Yes, 2 years ago, they helped us a lot to make it to the third place. But now we are in a situation where our midfield is damaged, our defense is injury prone, and then our attackers have lost confidence. The whole team and the club is in such a stage that is very frustrating because nobody knows where it's going. Usually we know. Even when we are frustrated, when we don't buy any player or whatever, we know where we're going. Now we don't. The owners are not saying anything. Klopp is coming. Every time he does a press conference, he says some stuff that it's like we can't trust anybody. So with me, unless I see it, that's when I'll believe whatever Klopp says, whatever John W. Henry or Werner or anybody from the club says anything. Unless I see it, I'm not believing anything they say. Klopp has been saying, yeah, the players played well against Brighton. Yes, the first 15 minutes, it looked like we were playing better. But when Brighton got comfortable with how we were playing, they sliced us up and down. It's amazing they didn't score more than 2 goals. And this is the part where a lot of fans, today I had the privilege to go on Jamie Phillips' channel, and there were a lot of LFC fans, who, even Leicester fans, they ask questions looking at how things are going with LFC. But, when the panel settled down and there was all LFC, there was a lot of passionate and a lot of disappointment on how the team is going right now. And if you listen to it and you don't pay attention, you might think all of us want Klopp out. Because none of us, Zubiri said, he said, none of you guys have said anything that says Klopp needs to stay. And that's just because of what the frustration is right now. He's not helping himself. He's making everything more complicated that we could see that you don't have to make it so complicated. Yes, you probably have a plan for summer, but why don't you have a plan for now? The plan Bs, the Cs, the Ds. It's always plan A. If it doesn't work, then we're not doing anything. So, the show, it was a great show. I recommend that everybody goes out there to Jamie Phillips' show channel and check out that that show, because it was a lot of insight, a lot of everybody, even the people who are against FSG, listening to what we were saying, they were like, this is the truth, because everybody said what has been happening. Not that we made it up, not that we want club out or FSG out or whoever out, Pep, whatever. No, it was just, this is the state of the club. This is what's going on, and this is why things are getting worse. So if things don't change, we're going to be in big trouble. And club, yes, you won the league. Yes, you won Champions League and other trophies. We don't want you to become like Arsene Wenger, where first 10 years he was second best, or sometimes even best manager in the league, only to Sir Ferguson, until Mourinho came in. Then he became a three-way back. Especially his last 7 years, was not something that a great manager like Wenger deserves. And a lot of it was because he put himself in that position. The same thing is being seen right now from Klopp. And I guarantee you, no LFC fan would like to see 10 years of this. Of course, it's a little bit different because, Kroenke is still there, and LFC, FSG has put the club on the market trying to sell it. But we've seen too much similarities, and we already know Arsene Wenger is Klopp's idol. So we see that, the similarities that's going on. It's very, very frustrating. We have a lot of injury play. Most of it is because of practice. There's an inquiry that needs to be done right there. Why? I don't think this is because of the medical personnel. This has to be the type of training they're doing. Muscle injury is always fatigue. Majority of time is fatigue. Unless maybe you didn't stretch properly, then something happens. These hamstrings, what's the name? VVD and Konate. Same reasons, same identical reasons. Why? Because they were running way too much than they're supposed to. And then they got those injuries. Some inquiries needs to be done. And one thing that we all agreed on, club has way too much power in the club, that there's nobody who has a football mind to be able to challenge him or be able to tell the owners, your boy, yeah, we know you love him, but he's not the same anymore. Something needs to be talked to. Because he's the Don Dada right now, the owners are not going to say anything. That's their man. They've been looking for him. The thing that people forget is Klopp has always been their number one choice. It's not Don Ancelotti. It was Klopp before they got, it was between Klopp and Martinez. And they wanted Klopp. And they end up with Brendan Rodgers. Klopp didn't want to leave Dortmund at the time. That's why when the opportunity came, they had to let Rodgers go and then go for him. This guy is somebody they've been looking for a long time, and they got him. They're loyal. Henry is very loyal. If you watch Moneyball, he was willing to give an open check to, I think it's Benny Boom, to come manage Red Sox. If you are good to him, he's going to be loyal to you. And that is affecting Liverpool right now. And Rams said exactly the correct thing. The owners have checked out. And because of that, everybody's just doing whatever they want. There's no checks and balances anymore. I believe that if Klopp stops some of his stubbornness and make some tactical changes and have a couple more plans to, if things don't go our way, I think he is the manager who's going to get us out of this. But if he keeps doing the same thing, then I'm not a believer anymore, because he keeps doing the same thing and it's not working. Definition of insanity. I'm not going to bug you guys too much. This is LFC right now. Nothing we do is pretty. You watch the game, you will come back depressed, So Thursday we'll be back. We will preview all the matches, all the EPL matches for the weekend. We missed EPL matches, Yeah, nothing wrong with FA Cup. I'm salty because we out, but hey, that's what happens. But guys, please share, subscribe, like. Don't forget a notification bell. This is Crazy Bold, LFC Vibes. Peace.